Alright, I'm going to do one last video for quite a while before I do any more. But anyway, what I'm going to do is show images I've done which have clocks in them, which show the passage of time as I make the exposure. And the first one, let me go back. The first one is Connell Hardware, Reynoldsburg, Ohio, number 1, 1999. And this hardware store is no longer in existence. And Reynoldsburg, Ohio is a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. And I've been in here a number of times. And obviously it's, look at that cash register. It's, the guy that ran this was pretty old at the time. Now here's the clock. Looks like around 12:31 or so. And this is a 125 millimeter lens. It only takes 2.5 feet of film to make a full 360. So there was some light coming through the windows here. And there's the clock again. And so it looks like it took about 6 minutes or so. And so I can't say what exposure, probably 4 seconds. Now I'm going to put it on pause, and I'm going to do another image which had a clock in it. I'll just go through it again slowly. Alright, I'm going to put it on pause. Alright, now this one is titled Metal Shop, Torrington, Wyoming, number 3, 2022. And it's number 3 because I was in there the year before, and I attempted to do this with a clock, but I didn't have a roll of film long enough. So I came back and rolled up a especially long roll of film. I'll go ahead and first zoom in on here. And what does it look like? About 12 after 12. And there we are. Oh, so it took quite a while. Let's see, it was about, it was not quite a half hour. Well, it might have been 12 after, no, not quite, about, I don't know, 27 minutes or something like that. But anyway, now, I've been trying to do one with a clock in it for some time, and I got one I thought was especially good. And also I replaced the mouse on my computer, and it seems to be working a lot better. Before it was kind of jumping around a lot. I don't know what the problem was. I'm going to go to put it on pause and go to the last one here. Now this one is titled Unlimited Welding, Stromsburg, Nebraska, 2023. And I'm in this photograph. And this has actually 2 clocks in it. One on the north wall and one on the west wall. But this one repeats. And it looks like about 25 after 12. There's quite a bit of light in here because of all these windows. And this one is me right here. And this is one of his employees. And there's my truck. we'll get to the first clock, and we'd already gone through about 9 minutes. And here we are again, and 40. So it was about 15 minutes or so. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned, is that some people really enjoy when I show up and want to photograph their shop. And I remember I was in North Dakota, and oftentimes along the state highways you'll see road signs pointing off to a side road and saying a town down the road, 3 or 4 miles, and you go down there, it's a dead end, and there's a small town there. But I shouldn't say dead end, it just peters off to gravel roads. But so I went down one of these roads, and I saw a shop, and I went up to it and started looking through the windows. The guy came out and said, "What are you doing?" And I explained to it, and he said, "Well, let me show you my shop." And it wasn't really what I was interested in. It was just a big pole barn. And what he did was repaired tanker trailers. He would weld aluminum. When they get leaks, he would weld them up. But we had a long conversation, and he said, "Boy, I'm glad you stopped by. It makes life interesting, because it doesn't get many visitors." And he gave me a mule shoe, which I still have, and I've got it hanging on the wall. And most of the people that I encounter really are interested in what I'm doing. At least out in I should say, the Great Plains, where it's rather sparsely populated. So they're kind of happy to see people, and I think they're just makes life, like you said, makes life more interesting. I think I will put it on pause and show one last one, and it has some technical issues, and I'll talk about them. Now, this one is not got a clock in it, but I'm going to talk about it. It's called Pullman Car, Comertown, Montana, 2010, and it's a railroad car, and there was a derailment in 1949, and they took this railroad car and they just dragged it off the track and put it out here. Now, it has banding in it, and if you look at this grass, you can get a general idea that it was extremely windy. And that was, and there's a washing machine, by the way. And I'm pretty sure this was done with Agfa aerial film. It's a little too high in contrast. But anyway, I resolved to go back and photograph it again. And my plan was to camp out there and then photograph it at dawn before the wind picked up. And I got there and I couldn't find it. I found the washing machine and the shack here, and I could not find the Pullman car. All I found was ashes and so on, scraps of metal. So I went into Plentywood, Montana, and I got a haircut. And I was talking to the barber, and she was asking me what I was doing. I explained it to her, and she said, "Well, go out to Dooley. They've got a really old church out there." So I said, "That sounds interesting." So I went out to Dooley, an abandoned town site, and along comes this farmer, and there was a church there, and I was photographing it, and he said, "I own the church," and I started talking to him, and I asked him what happened to the Pullman car, and he said, "Well, a group of frackers were out drinking and driving in the winter, drove off the road, got their truck stuck, went inside the Pullman car and started a fire and burned the whole thing down. And that is unfortunately not uncommon from the frackers. And what's even another funny thing that happened was I continued going north, got up to the Canadian border near North Dakota, but in Montana, and was at a small cemetery, and just walking around. There wasn't anything there I could photograph though. But anyway, a van stopped by. This woman jumped out, came running up to me, and handed me a copy of the Watchtower. And I said, thanks a lot. And I was just asking myself, what is the Jehovah's Witnesses doing out here? Well, I went into North Dakota, went into a little cafe, so it was only about 40 miles away. And I was in there, and they walk in, and they explained themselves, and they said, we're on here from New Mexico on a mission to evangelize to the frackers. And I guess they need it. But anyway, I actually did sell a copy of this, even though it's got the banding issue. So sometimes, even if it has technical issues, if people like the image, they'll buy it. And I don't have an option. I can't redo it. So it's mainly right in here. When I print it, I might be able to do a little bit of dodging, but I think that would be about the best I could do with it. Well, anyway, like I said, I'm not going to produce any more videos for a while, and I want to say thanks for watching. Goodbye.